Ding! How we doing, folks? Love just dropping into the room. Good evening, all. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all excited for what is Disclosure Year. I mean, I think it started a long time ago, right? But it's happening. It's happening. Just give everyone a chance to get in and get comfy. I'm going to try and keep it to about 40 minutes to an hour. Going to look at a few different things. We've got Hillary Clinton, Burleson, a couple of clips I want to go over. Got some UAP evidence we're going to look at as well, of course. Welcome, welcome. Who have we got in the chat? Where are you guys? Where are you guys calling? Oh, Swansea. Nice, nice. I mean, is it nice? You let me know if it's nice in Swansea. Been there once before. Don't remember too much. The hotel was nice. Hello from shitty Western Supermare. Got ya. I hear you loud and clear. Hello, Western Supermare. Carrie, nice to see ya. I am Eola. I am Eola. Quite a tongue twister, that. Great to see you. Good to see everyone on board. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm sure a few more will join along the way, so I won't talk too much crap. I will get into it in a minute. But yeah, guys, while we're waiting for people, this is my X account here. I don't get all my information from X, guys, but I do like to post a little bit and share, you know, the captures that either I'm capturing, that you guys are capturing, you know. So if you're not on X, I do spread your information, your data that you send me out to the rest of the world via this platform. So I was just going over some old pictures actually and posting them earlier on. Got a few clips we're going to look at as well. UAP Wixie, thank you very much, mate, for keeping up with the goods and just constantly posting. This one's really interesting. Remember the ice incident, guys, in America? Well, there were several, weren't there? I'm not too sure exactly which one this was, but you can see there UAP obviously surveilling whatever was going on there. And it's funny, isn't it? They were at the Kirk shooting, they were at the Trump shooting. For me, there's connections to be made. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, if you think I'm way off. But yeah, how we doing? Hertfordshire Skyfish, good to see ya. Yeah, look at this sniper here. Let's just pull this up, actually. Don't want to skip too much or go too fast too soon, but look at this. I mean, for me, unless a bird has been shot out of a cannon, that's a UAP, right? Doesn't get much clearer than that. Unfortunately, we're seeing it before the point of reference, but it's clearly getting bigger as it gets closer towards the camera, right? So for me, got a good bit of distance on it. What's it doing? Do you think it's surveilling? The sniper stood right here, look. Or this guy with I don't know what he's carrying. It's funny, isn't it? Because the focus is on this shooter. No one's even talking or even thinking about the UAP that's just gone over this dude's head. Crazy, eh? But that's what happened in the Kirk shooting, if you remember. Same thing, lots of cameras out, no one pointed it out. And then when I found it, I was like, what the hell? This came in from Dr. Shite, by the way, some weeks back. I'm not too sure who pointed it out to him, but likely with the amount of eyes that we've got watching the internet for us, someone would have done. So thank you very much, but that's awesome. Pretty cool. We're going to get onto this sorcery clip because it's a good post. We'll get onto it. I'll leave that one towards the end, guys. Also, this clip as well, I have to show you this, guys. It's from last year, June 21st, 2025. UFO Mania posted it. If you're on X, you probably would have seen it. I just want to go into it in a bit more detail because this is showing you a tomography picture of inside the boogosphere. And I'm not sure if Doc's seen this. If you haven't seen this, Doc, if you are in here, you're going to find this bit fascinating. In fact, you all will. So we're going to go over that as well, because that's something. That really is something. Of course, we have to start with Hillary Clinton, don't we, guys? What's going on with Hillary Clinton? So she's been questioned for the Epstein files, which is cool. We knew that was going to happen, right? And then she gets questioned about UFOs towards the end of the investigation. I'll show you the clip in a minute. She's what's happening there? So clearly they're searching for secrets. They want to know who knows what. Okay, and maybe because they know everything or they don't know bits and they're trying to find out. I don't know. What I do know is Trump, Obama, well, let's just put it like this. Obama, Clinton, Bush, that side of things, right? They don't get on with Trump. Okay? Democrats, Republicans, they don't get on. But for some reason, they're both talking now about this UFO topic. Whether it's because they're being questioned or whether they're bringing it up. They're now both talking about it. It's strange. It's strange, but at the same time, you got to wonder why it's all happening, isn't it? I mean, is it a natural hatred between the two parties, or was this just planned between the two? You know, don't mean to get all conspiracy-like, but it just runs so deep. I don't get it. Well, let me know your thoughts. I mean, what does Hillary and Bill know more than they're letting on, or do you think they just don't know enough and they were just trying to sweep away information that they were never going to get? I mean, we'll go. Do you know what? We're going to start with that clip. Here it is. Here it is, guys. So, just going back to that last clip. Josh says we'll be surveying the crowd. What the UFO going past the sniper there? Yeah, surveying the crowd, maybe surveying the reaction between the people and the shooters and the police. I don't know. But it's funny, isn't it? Because they turned up at the Trump shooting and they turned up at the Charlie Kirk shooting. So they got to be surveilling. They have to be surveilling. But why? I mean, what would you, if you was an alien, a species, or a non-human intelligence, let's say, because that we don't know if they're from outer space or from here, right? But if you were them and you saw all of that kicking off, what would you think? I think them two know an awful lot. Carrie thinks yeah, I think they do. I think they know. I mean, how can we trust Hillary anyway, right? How can we trust any of them? But I think they do know a little something. Right, we're going to look at this, guys. Think Tank's put this one up. Again, if you're on X, give Think Tank a follow, because he's the man. I know he's got like a female figure. I think he's a man. I don't know for sure, actually. It's a bit sway. I think he's a dude. Look, anyway, it doesn't matter what the sex is of Think Tank. It's all related. This is the post. There is a reason for asking about UFOs. Now Hillary Clinton speaks after her Epstein deposition. I started being asked about UFOs and a series of questions about Pizzagate, one of the most vile, bogus conspiracy theories out there. I'm not totally clued up. I've heard of Pizzagate, but honestly, like, I was so away from politics and stuff like a few years back. I just, like, I'll have to research what Pizzagate was. It's kind of making me hungry, but I'm assuming it was horrific stuff. If Hillary's saying so, it must be. But let's listen to what Hillary's got to say around. Sorry, Hillary, for the screen grab. There you go. You look like a chipmunk there. Let's have a look and see what she's got to say. And, oh, I might need to turn the microphone down. So, here we go.
Of our agreement. So we had to cease the hearing for a period of time until we could get assurances that no rules would be broken going forward, and we returned to answer questions repetitively, literally over and over again. I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island. I never went to his homes. I never went to his offices. So it's on the record numerous times. It then got, at the end, quite unusual because I started being asked about UFOs and a series of questions about Pizzagate, one of the most vile, bogus conspiracy theories that was propagated on the internet, that was serving as the basis of a member's questions to me. So I can only say that the best exchange that I had came at the very end, when, contrary to every other deposition they have taken, no Republican member asked any questions about Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell to anyone else they have deposed. And in fact, the Republican members didn't even show up for the deposition of Les Wexner. And when I said that, I had to point out that the only questions that any Republican member asked of any of the people they deposed was of former Attorney General Bill Barr, when Chairman Comer asked him about the allegations, in his view, about Russia's involvement in my election in 2016. So at the very end of this hearing, after I made that point, I want to commend Chairman Comer for raising a series of significant questions that I responded to about the nature of the investigation and the areas that I thought should be explored. So I appreciated that.
Gordon Bennett, man, she done half waffle on, didn't she? I was just trying to get her to get to the point, but they never do they? Jesus Mary. Sorry for the blasphemy. So look, I felt like she was just waffling and making it up as she went along there. She couldn't get to the point. I don't know. But they asked her about UFOs, so obviously they either want to know what she knows, or to find out how much she knows, or they're trying to find out new information because they don't know enough. Or both, you know? So it's really weird. I feel like there's a war going on behind closed doors on so many different levels regarding this topic. Just reading some of the comments. Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. Heartfisher Skyfish. I mean, look, the key thing is she mentioned that she was asked about UFOs. So I can't really moan about that too much. The rest is garbage, of course it is. But it is what it is. Let me just pull my screen back up. Right, okay. So yeah, look, I'm sick of seeing her face now. So moving on. Really cool. Before we get into Burleson, guys, I want to share this with you again. Now, Kit's going to be searching his daughter's phone because Kit Quint took this in Wales last year. And it's not the one I always show. It's a different one that was taken like a day or two either side of the better one. I say the better one. This is just as compelling. So he's going to try and find the original file. I have got it, but it's on my PC, which isn't booting up at the moment. My old PC. So until I fix that, the file's stuck there. Hopefully Kit finds the original. But I posted this because I want to make... This is like... Guys, you know I say how we're ahead of time? The channel is ahead of time. You guys are ahead of time in terms of like the evidence and knowledge of all this stuff. We are. And so I want to move on to capabilities and operations as best as we can when we can find the stuff, because I'm way past, like, so are you guys. We're way past the whole, like, we need disclosure. We need the rest of the world to wake up. But we as a community, we don't, right? So we just want to know more. I do, anyway. So, I'm one of the first, and I'm going to just read it as I put it. I'm one of the first to go into operations of UAP in a public stance, or from a public stance, using the evidence sent in to find these anomalies. So in 2024, early into my channel, I deep dived a clip from Wales taken by Kit Quint, Karen Rickson Thomas's son-in-law, You know, guys, if you followed the channel, I went and visited the family. I stayed there last year. I captured from the same spot, right? This was before I'd met them, okay, when I just started. And like I said, the evidence that was coming in was overwhelming, even for me. It's so much so I had to stop my job and just have a reality check, which I've had. But anyway, after a few tweaks, it's clear to see this anomaly has an... Well, let me just... I'm sorry, I've just read ahead there. I deep dived a clip from Wales taken by Kit Quint, where I noticed vibrations in one area of the sky. After a few tweaks, it was clear to see this anomaly was actually part of the movement of the UAPs in question. Looking closely at the O-ring, which you clearly see after the contrast change here, then watch super closely for the UAP that passes through the O-ring. Okay, so yeah, so I'm seeing, this is what's happened, right? Kit's taken the video, he sent it to me. I've analysed it on a bigger screen. I've noticed this vibration in the corner of the screen. It's like a swirly whirly thing. And it just so happens he zooms in on it because there's a lot of activity going on up there anyway. He doesn't really notice that there's something going on like the swirly thing. But a UAP, tiny UAP, because I guess they're way up there, and he's filming from the ground, they're going right through the centre of this swirly whirly thing, right? I'm not going to get technical because I don't know what the fuck it is, right? But they're going through it, and then all of a sudden, as one passes through it, which is tiny, this orb, much closer to the lens, well, sorry, much closer to the camera, but still far away, goes right through it as well. And they do a perfect crisscross, like we always say. I always say they crisscross, right? This does the same thing. I'm going to get on and show you now. But I have established that this is a high probability. It shows high probability of predetermined movements. Maybe not every single movement they make is predetermined, but in this clip, whatever they were doing, going to work, whatever the hell they were doing, they were predetermined movements. So check it out. I'll turn the volume down because I am explaining. This is like, I've had to screen record this from a previous video, so I said I don't have the file, but you can see I'm messing with the contrast. You see here, guys, look at that. It's like a donut that just appears, right? This is legit. And then as it gets higher up the screen, look at that. You see that UAP that goes through there? Gordon Bennett. And look, after that happens, this orb just comes out of nowhere. Look at that. And so, you know, after watching it over and over and over, I established that these things are sometimes making predetermined movements, and they are crisscrossing, and it's more than one object hitting that energy pocket that's appearing. It's almost like they're setting their movement to that direction, and by the time they've even left, they've probably got another destination programmed in. This just, for me, it speaks highly advanced tech, to the point where this is, if there's pilots, they're going to be part mechanical. I think they're really, like, we're looking at the highest AI. If you can imagine what I've just said to you, that this is what we're dealing with. So yeah, like, this is why I say that we're ahead of the game. I mean, I'm not really. I'm explaining to you that this wiggly thing in the sky is part of what's going on. That's as far as primitive as we go at the moment, because we don't understand. Even the scientists would be like, what the hell is that? And they can put a clever word to it, but until they actually know what it is, just call it the wiggly thing, because that's how I know it as, right? That's what I'm saying. So look, guys, this sort of thing takes hours and hours of just looking at sky and video recording and picking out little things and training your eyes and your intuition to look for these things. And like it's happened before. We've had people send in footage and it looked like there was nothing there. And you change the contrast and all of a sudden you've got things moving through the clouds, they're dipping in and out of the, you know, like, this world is not what it seems. And this, I want to play it back for you now. This is when I saw this, put it this way, guys, I was still working when I saw this. Okay? It took me 6 months of seeing footage like this for me to just have a full-on, not breakdown, But really, I didn't care about selling broadband anymore. Like, it just was not on the top of my priority list of things to do. Like, this was, like, for me, the thing to do. So I appreciate the fact that the curious minds are with me on this. I really do, because doing it alone sucks. But the reality is, this is what we're dealing with, guys. To a degree, like I say, they might have been just doing a work shift up there. They might have been doing something that God knows. And in that moment, whoever was leading the pack just decided to control them to go wherever the fuck they needed to go. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah. December Star, welcome. And Jem says, I know their portals are real. I've seen them with my own eyes. I'm almost tempted to show you the clip with what Jem is talking about, because we've got that. In fact, Kit took it. Kit and Karen took the clip like the week of this clip, and like that's what I'm saying. It's not like we're making it up. And I travelled 75 miles. Well, it's more than that. It's about 145 miles. I think it's more than that to Kit's location from here. Oh, sorry, it's from Chippenham. So yeah, a bit further away. But yeah, I travelled all the way there just to try and capture something in the same spot, and it didn't take me long at all. The middle. If you're in the middle of Wales, guys, okay. Let me make this official. If you're in the middle of Wales and you've got a nice bit of land and a nice bit of sky, and you would like to have me down for an evening or two to do some recording, please invite me. Please, please, please invite me. I will make the trip. I'll bring a couple of tripods and some cameras, and we'll make it happen. Honestly, that's what we need. Clear skies in a remote area, and you'll end up with God knows what. I do want to have more people gather up with me as well this year. So again, if you are interested in getting together in the summertime, let me know availability, and I'll let you know the dates that I'm planning and where. But the more the merrier, because the more people that are recording me while we're recording the skies, the more credible it is. You know, we can have people recording us recording the skies, and like last time we had a blooming saucer turn up in Wales. We had a saucer turn up. Like, I just don't know what else to say other than, if you gather in a group and you point in the right area and they happen to be there, they're gonna come down and say hi, or at least give you a visual, which is what happened to us. It was the tree in front of us was 15-20 foot tall, and this thing popped down from like tree height into behind the tree, so it was no more than 10-15 foot from the ground and no more than 50 to 60 foot away from us. That's how close it got to us, and it didn't. No sound at all. So, I mean, that's not even the crop circle experience. Last year was massive. Last year, I should have lost my marbles and my mind, but it ain't happening. It's not happening. There's too many bullshitters on X, so I've got to keep going, right? Got to keep going. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. I'm going to give you this UAP clip first. I'm going to do this clip first. Right. UAP Wixie. He's back. He's back better than ever. Back in 2003, South Africa, this classic flying saucer was filmed in an instant and zips off to the right. It looks similar to what Billy Meyer was seeing in Hasenball, Switzerland in the 70s. Do you know what? As soon as I saw this clip, I went, shit, is that the same clip as Billy's? It's not. It's a different clip. Oh, good evening, Tim. Welcome, buddy. And Orion as well, welcome. Sorry if I missed you. Feel free as well to chuck in a coffee via the Cash app. I'm not used to saying it, guys, because I never ever ask, but feel free to. It's been a hard month this month and a lot going on. But other than that, guys, I need the evidence in. I'm going to just say that before I continue. I know it's been crap in the UK weather-wise. I understand. I haven't even been recording that much. But as soon as it clears up, which is like now-ish, it's clearing up, we need cameras in the skies, because this year I do expect more captures than even last year. That it's going to ramp up because they're trying to raise awareness. Whether it's them or us, like it's going to happen. So honestly, get those cameras in and we're going to have some gold. Maybe something like this, but just in 4K. You know, just something with a little bit more of a welly on it. Let's. Hang on. I don't like it when they put music over it. Okay. Looks good, doesn't it? 2003, September 2003. Thing to note, and this is the only thing I can note. When saucers turned up in Oklahoma, it was in September. Not 2003 though, 2024. So maybe September's a good month for saucers. I don't know. Whoa. Wait, where'd you go? That's the sort of speed I would expect. Instantaneous and going, for it to be that big and to just disappear into nothing, it would have to be going 25,000 miles an hour upwards. 25,000 miles an hour upwards. Probably a lot more to just disappear if you're that size. So that's the kind of speed we're talking. I know the dragons go at like 2,500 miles an hour, but in fact, that's not alone. It's not alone. Look at that in the background here. It's got a cloaked craft with it. They never are alone, are they? That's what I'm looking for, just a little extra. There's a little extra there. The problem is the camera's so grainy, it could be passed off as anything, but, you know, I bet you any money if this was like a high quality camera in the moment, it would have been not alone, you know? There's also something up here. See that? I don't know, out of focus normally means bug, but honestly, I've seen things just be out of focus and do some crazy stuff. And they were hiding as well, those ones. Trying to hide. Yeah, that's not alone. I don't know whether it's totally authentic, but there's an anomaly up there, which gives it a little bit of credibility at least. And do you know why they're never alone? That's incredible speed. Do you know why they're never alone, guys? Because they've got self-replicating probes. That's what I think the dragons are. And so they're never going to be alone because they're always going to be pushing those out for surveillance before they go anywhere. You know, look at that. Let's be honest, that's the real deal. That's how they get around the Earth without being seen. They're travelling that fast. Scary, isn't it? Really scary. December Star says, whoa, I asked earlier, I couldn't have fathomed going that fast without passing out. You did say that to me earlier on. I was like, yeah, it's difficult, right? It's difficult. So if you can imagine, that craft looked quite big, right? So if you can imagine something the size of a tennis ball or a bit larger, it's going to look like a bug, isn't it? And that's why you can't be mad at people when they're calling the B word. You can't really be mad at them because like society's always taught them these things don't exist, and you're pointing out it's when it's a clear saucer and they go, oh, that's a bird, and I'm like, hey, that's when you know they've lost it, you know, completely. But yeah, it is what it is. Cracking footage. I like it, Wixie. I like it, mate. I bet you guys did too. So that's the, look at that. That's the comparison there. Very, very cool. Bit too blotchy to do anything with it, guys, but oh, that one's not too bad. Should we give it a go? Should we do it for you live? I did say I'd give you an enhancement, didn't I? To be fair, I've not got loads of UAP evidence to show you. I've got a little bit. But let's have a look. Wixie one. You get, this is all the stuff I would normally cut out, guys. You get the pleasure to wait for things to load with me now. Brilliant, isn't it? Awesome, Carrie. Carrie says, didn't notice dragons until I started following your channel, and now I notice on other channels and they don't clock them. It's crazy, isn't it? The amount that's missed. Do you know what's really funny? The documentaries, the UFO documentaries. You've got all these top pilots, they're all lined up talking about UFO sightings and all that. And half of their clips they're showing of their jets have got dragons tagging them. And they're just blissfully unaware, talking about this mystery, saying that the evidence is hard to find, and they got it. They've literally got it, showing you, and they, like, no one's clocking on. I'm just sat there giggling. I'm like, and that's how duped that these things have actually got them. We can show them on the telly, and people don't even realise. Amazing, isn't it? Flipping amazing. But anyway, hopefully something happens. Conscious like they say that the grand awakening is due. It's happening. Conscious is rising for everyone. Kind of looks that way. If, you know, Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg, animals all becoming consciously brighter. Scary thought, but that's what would happen if the wild consciousness rose. You would end up with animals. Don't know what they would be saying to you, if they would make any intelligent sense, but they'd be talking to you telepathy. Like, in telepathy. What the fuck? Anyway, look at that. You can see what the colours just... I was hoping to get some detail up here just to see what this thing was. Looks like a blooming radar on top of there, doesn't it? But clearly they've got better than radar tech. Classic bowl. And I remember I've said to you before, guys, like, when these things are flying unconventionally and they're flying upside down, I don't know whether they're flying upside down or not in some moments, because the top half in some way looks like the bottom half, especially if the light's hitting it at different times. How are you going to really know when they're travelling so fluently through the sky? You know? And then moving as fast as they are, it's very, very difficult to determine. But I suspect most sources are going to look something like this, based on the ones that we have seen that we can confirm. And of course, we have seen and confirmed that sources are real. Thank you very much, UAP Wixie. As always, keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, I will quickly show you this. So, Crop Circle, Sutton Venie, last year, I paid a visit, stayed there for 3 nights. Farmers were awesome. They basically told me how it all went down. Called the police straight away. They really thought someone broke into their land, created this beautiful crop circle, and somehow left without being seen. I can tell you now, I've been there. You can't get to this location without being seen. There's an electric gate you need to access in anyway. If you don't go through the electric gate, you've got 2 options. Roll down a very big hill that you're never going to climb back up again, and you have to pass private property to get down the hill in the first place. Or you've got to cross 2 miles of crop field with barbed wire and fencing in between. So if you're telling me a team of people can get to this location, create this crop circle, and get out before anyone sees them, not a chance. But her initial reaction was, call the police, someone's damaged my property, right? Not the case. And obviously I stayed there for 3 nights. I showed the farmer this object and a few others zipping right across her field, and she could not believe the speed of these things. Insane. And so these are the images. Look at this thing. It's come out from the crop. I have got other, like, the videos on there actually, but yeah, comes out from the crop this way. Look at it. Bulbous. Look at that. No messing about. I remember when I was stood in the middle of the crop circle, it was peaceful. Especially when there was no one around talking. It was just peaceful. You can see there's nothing around me. Nothing. You can't see no roads, no street lamps, no nothing. It was really, really cool. And great feeling. Other stuff happened that I won't get into. I wish I'd gone into the crop circle at that moment. It was like 2 in the morning. I was with 2 people that night, and neither of them had the balls to come in with me. So it is what it is. Oh, maybe this year. Maybe this year's the year. If you're up for it, just got to be a bit ballsy. Honestly, guys, have you seen Signs? Have you seen Signs, Mel Gibson? Honestly, it was like that. It was eerie. It felt peaceful. Nothing was moving. 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, I'll tell you a little bit. There was some flashing going on above the crop circle, like a strobe light. We had other things happening as well, like miles of sky was lighting up. Very, very subtly. But something was going on over there. There was other stuff as well. Anyway, I asked them, can we go into the circle? I want to see what's in there, if anything. They wouldn't come. They was almost ready to leave, actually. But unfortunately, the farmer was already asleep. The gates were locked. No one was leaving. So, there you have it. Man, what a year that was last year. Just incredible. And that's one of the photos taken from our last night there. Believe it or not. Looks like a snakehead, doesn't it? I wish I knew what it was, guys. I wish I knew what it was, but it was there. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right, let's get on with Burleson, and then we'll wrap it up there, guys. Oh, no, we won't. We've got to do this as well. Let's forget Burleson. They always talk the same shit anyway. I like Burleson, by the way, but it's just more of the same. We don't need to worry about that. This was last year, though. Not 3i Atlas. What am I talking about? Boogosphere. And Christina Gomez posted this, I think, last year. And it was been shared on X. It's gone around, done its rounds. But I want you guys to just have a listen. I don't want to put the volume up because it means I've got to turn my mic down. I haven't got to that point yet where I can work that out. I think I need... Anyway, different setup. So, guys, this is effectively a tomography of the inside of the Boogosphere. Okay? This is the actual, okay? Look at it. Look what's inside that sphere. Now, what's Custodian, Mr. Dr. Robert Shipe at Custodian File been saying? He's been shouting barbell now for a while. Barbell, 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 barbell. We've had quite a few barbell dragons. Look at this. Boogosphere's got a barbell inside it. I mean, like I said, some people are just ahead of the game. And without taking ourselves too seriously, we knew that UAP had this kind of shape inside them before Boogosphere come around. You know? So, that's mad. That's mad. Now, what it is, I don't know. Can that Boogosphere spawn babies? I don't know. I don't know whether that's some kind of magno... I don't know if that propels that thing, keeps it upright, protects it, has sensors that come off it that detect other things, particles in the air, God knows what. It probably does all the above. That's how advanced this stuff is, you know? I don't know. It's madness to me. It's hard to fathom, isn't it? I mean, is that like an ancient surveillance toy? Or is that one of the newer ones? It seems quite old, but 4,000, 10,000, that's not old in terms of age, is it? Really? I mean, if these things, if whoever created this, if they're millions of years ahead, then 10,000 years is F all. You know? And also, you've got to consider the fact that if you're in a civilization that's established the best technology that you can create, why are you going to mass produce anything that looks any different? This thing could be the thing of its time, just happens to be 10,000 years old and it looks like a piece of shit, but it does what it says on the tin and always has and always will. You know, it's lifetime warranty. You know what I mean? Bomb proof, weather proof. I don't know what it is, but clearly it's advanced to the point where it's survived that long. Orion says it's old tech, maybe 10. I have to agree with you. It maybe is 10 years. 10,000. I'm assuming that's what you're saying, 10,000 years. I don't know, man. But that really looks like a barbell shape in there, doesn't it? And I know it looks a little bit weird because it's got like a flatter one and then a round one. But if you can imagine that flying through the air and changing direction, you're just generally going to get two balls and a middle piece. That's what you're going to get. So Yeah, yet to know what that really is. Yet to know what it really is. But it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. All right, guys, we're going to end on Burleson. We're going to show it. I like Eric Burleson. He seems genuine. I don't say that about many MPs or any government politicians, whatever. Don't say that he's not an MP, he's a politician, but you know what I mean? Like, don't say it about none of them. But Burleson, if I remember, came in as the biggest critic and the biggest skeptic. And now he's kind of leading the charge. You got to respect that. Whether it's been being done purposely or not, I don't know. Yet to be revealed. But let's have a listen to what Burleson has got to say.
Come to me that say that the Tic Tac is a Lockheed Martin creation. The latest person that came to me says that he has video of the first, second, and third iteration of the Tic Tac, and he's going to show me. So I'm trying to set that up. The way he describes it is that they had a prototype, they've made changes to it, they've made it more advanced. And then now it's in iteration number 3, which I did see a photo of, and it looks like pretty advanced military like craft, like a plane, but it's clearly human made. It's nothing that I've ever seen, our military has, but his claim is that they have discovered a propulsion that's a new type of propulsion. They used it in the first iteration, which was the Tic Tac. They have an intermediary one that they are more advanced with. And then now they're putting it inside of what looks conventional so that it's not obvious.
Disguise.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're saying eventually the tech makes its way into things that we're already familiar with.
Well,
right.
I can believe that. Fully believe that. Let me just sort my volume out here. Look. Just to go back over Burleson here. Okay, so look, technology. You would think, right? You would think that technology started at a very primitive level. I think it's safe to say. And then from there, it gradually turned into something more, all the way from just making basic electricity, right, to setting up electronics in your house to make sure that electricity runs. So it's all gone up in stages. First off, create the electricity. Second off, transfer the electricity from where it's created to where it's needed, right? So this is the problem with the technology that's coming around right now. The stuff that's being hidden. There's no primitive part of that technology that's coming out in stages. It's not like they're bringing out the toothbrush that just floats up and brushes your teeth for you. Or what? I'm not just saying, but like they would come up with good uses for the technology and bring it up in gradual stages. The problem is they're not doing any of that. At least they're not doing it publicly. They're just going straight for how can we get this to be the most dangerous, powerful, whatever. And let's just say they develop something that gives unlimited energy. If they don't roll that out to the public, that is a serious problem for everyone living on this planet. Can you imagine, like, not knowing whether there's a foe out there that has unlimited energy? That's just it. So, like, they need to like, if this is going to be rolled out at all in any kind of what I'm saying here, this is my point. If they're going to roll this out in any shape, form that's going to be safe for us, they need to do it in such a way that the technology gradually comes out and comes from the most primitive things that we can create from it, all the way up to the most advanced. But we need to see the technology rolled out, because if it's being hidden, and this is another key problem, they're hiding that tech from us in plain view. What's going to happen is when we do see the tech for real, people are going to freak the hell out. It's going to be like the Merlin days, when anyone who did anything remotely crazy was just stoned or whatever, because it's just unnatural. You're a witch, you're a wizard, you're this, you're that. So it's going to be the same thing, right? If UFOs just landed now, I've said it looks like some cartoon shit when they fly by. on camera. It does. I don't know how we're going to handle that, honestly, but it does. And so this is, again, that just backs up with what Luna was saying with the interdimensional beings. Same thing, same deal. This man is just learning how deep this is. And I don't know if they're going to tell us everything, guys, but I guess the Pandora's box has been opened, right? They can't put it back in. It's not even a small subject. This is massive changes that will eventually happen. That's just where logic brings me. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments on all of it. And while we're on that topic, guys, I'm going to leave you straight away. I'm going to read some of your comments back and answer any questions if there are any. Right. Oh yeah, people are going to lose it for sure. December Star says, like radio waves to Wi-Fi. Absolutely. Carrie says, that's why we are awakened. Help those get their shit together. Look, if someone doesn't help, then what the hell is going to happen? I'm not saying we got all the answers, but we do need collectively to get all the answers. And if there's no lead on this, we are effed. We are effed. I love America. I just feel that whatever's being done with the subject, whatever bullshit that we're seeing is being done with the subject, started there. And I just feel like they're not maybe the ones that should do it. I don't care who does it. I just feel like someone needs to, you know? And people need to wake the F up and go, hang on a minute. Like, is this some crazy Simpsons stuff going on actually in our reality? It is. It's going to be hard to accept, to tell you. Yeah, especially with the religion, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. Something crazy will happen, man. But religion, you've got, I mean, look, once upon a time I believed in a God. Now, when I say a God, like a creator, right? We do have a creator. It's just not the creator of the universe, man. It's fucking aliens. That's the way I see it. I don't know if that question has can even be answered by the ones that are more advanced than us. I don't know. So I don't know why we're trying to find that answer when we're so far away from it. We can't even figure out what's in between. Again, there's no hierarchy. There's no natural hierarchy. We're trying to go from 0 to 10. We're trying to miss 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it don't make sense. Anyway, guys, this is why I need you. Honestly, I need you, because without you in the comments agreeing with what I'm saying or disagreeing or just being part of the conversation, I feel like I'm an alien walking around in my own street. Honestly. And I know you guys feel the same way. Some of you are just like, this just feels wrong some way. It's not that it feels wrong. It just feels unnatural. You know, the society we're living in, it's unnatural. That's why we don't sleep well at night sometimes. Or we question things. So, yeah, just stick with me. Eventually we'll get there, and maybe I'll be able to turn a word like a wiggly thing into something that we can actually call it. If we get communication with them and we can name things right and understand what the hell is going on. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you very much. Keep sending your emails in to me, undercoveretuk@gmail.com. And I appreciate your time. Like and subscribe. And I'm going to get some more videos out tomorrow. There's no rest for the wicked. These things don't rest, so we shouldn't as well. Thank you very much. Take care. All the best. See you on the next one, guys.